Hi, everybody. I'm Diane Lupo of Inner Voice Reiki. I'm going to slow down a bit. I'm like, woo, the energy's so hot. Thought I'd come on live, trying to go quick. I'd like you to choose the deck of your choice. So, this is our life purpose deck. It's very vivid. If you're struggling with what you want to be when you grow up, no matter how old you are, that's a great deck to read from. And this is the light activation deck. And this is maybe for our advanced tarot followers. This might be a good deck for you, or if you've really been exploring the other dimensions, this is a great deck. And it's blue. Or the fairy deck, if you just want to have some fun and get some light-hearted messages for the rest of the month. So I'm going to begin, make your choice, green, blue, or pink, if that makes it easier. And I'm going to begin with the life purpose deck. I did an event last night and I brought these cards. I never usually do. And it was so funny because even some people who've been in their careers for a long time asked the question, what else am I supposed to be doing? I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something else. And I received a very interesting answer from this deck. So here we go. This is for you. I'm just getting the energy into the cards, shuffling. I'll do one final shuffle. The more you get your own energy into the cards and give the cards a chance to breathe while you're thinking about the question, usually the more pronounced the message is and the easier it is to interpret. So here we go. I'm going to try to stick to 3 cards. So 3 times 3 is 9, but that never works out. Oh, so the very first card is animals. So you understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are a part of your life's work. Now, does that mean you're going to work at a zoo? No, not necessarily, but maybe your work will include working with animals, or maybe creating something for animals, making something for animals or pet owners. It could be a website. It could be anything, a podcast about animals. Let's see what else is here. Body work. Your life purpose involves body work, such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. Now, if you're a Reiki practitioner, I'm going to tell you right now, you're living your life purpose. If you tuned into this, if you chose this deck, then I know you're on the right path. Okay. But if you're a computer analyst, perhaps you may want to pick up a new hobby that may involve any one of these. You never know where it can lead. Body work, massage therapy, energy healing. It could be exercise training, weight training, yoga, meditation, even. Give it options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So, yeah, so any one of these career paths could be a wonderful change for you. It could be a new focus, or it could be something that you add on in your time of pleasure. Perhaps, get that dog out for a walk more often. You don't know you never know who you're going to meet. It could lead to something. Okay. Or maybe do a little research and look at, options. Look at, maybe some modalities that intrigue you, some aspects of body work, weight lifting, nutrition. It could be a lot of things, tattooing, a tattoo artist. So this really isn't a limiting scope when you think about it. There are many options with both of these categories, but let me know in the comments how it resonates with you. And if this rings true, why did you pick this deck? What are you struggling with your life purpose? Perhaps a more in-depth reading could help you. So that is the life purpose. I always like to look at the bottom card because sometimes the underlying message hits the nail on the head. And this one is writing. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. So perhaps with animals or with body work, perhaps your mission is to write about those things. That's interesting. So good for you. So this September, it's a building month, I'm feeling, right? So remember in the last reading I did for everyone, it was about the first few weeks, first couple of weeks of September, build your foundation. Figure out what it is, where you want to go, what you kind of want to do. You don't need to have extreme clarity on it yet. And then as you get further into the month, that's when you will get more into focus, more into detail, and figuring out what it is you are meant to be doing. So good luck with any of those endeavors. Now, the second deck is the Light Code Activation. Now, I bought this deck just for me because I love other dimensional beings. I like learning about them. I like sometimes communicating with them. Yes, I talk to strange entities. I don't know. I just know they're highest and best. I always ask for the highest and best to come in. And sometimes it's a grandmother, and sometimes it's a different looking being. So let's see what they have to say. And if you chose this deck, I'm going to guess or use my intuition to say that you're very open-minded. You've been into this stuff for quite some time, and you feel like you're at a plateau and you need to stretch a little. You need to stretch your own gifts, and you need to maybe stretch the boundaries of the parameters you've been working within. So let's see what the light activation cards have to say. I love the feel of these cards. I really do. One more. See that they're so colorful and intricate. I may struggle because the writing is very, very small, and I'm very, very blind, even with glasses. So here we go. All right, shuffle this way. I just hear things and I follow. That's all. I trust the information. And now I will cut. Woo, that was a big one. 3 cards. 1, 2. Ooh, this is interesting. 3. I'm going to hold these down here because I may need more on this. So the very first card is Stargate Heart. So right away, I'm feeling resonance, and it says heart chakra opening. And I was going to say, I feel my heart chakra is just like, and it could be the color, right? Because it's greenish, and green is the color of the heart chakra, for those of you who don't know. And sometimes green stimulates that chakra. So, and it's awesome to open up the heart chakra. Heart chakra is all about love and generosity and forgiveness. You know, really an open-hearted person is a great person to know and to have in your circle of trust. Okay. So they're telling you this is about unlocking your heart chakra and generosity. Now, does that necessarily mean, start handing out $5 bills at the, local McDonald's? Not maybe if you can. However, generosity covers a lot of things. Forgiveness, when you forgive somebody, you're really being generous with your heart, with your energy, that you're able to go beyond the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, and forgive someone. It could also, the generosity could also be of your time. Okay, so perhaps they're asking you to spend a little more time with your loved ones, or maybe with yourself. Sometimes it's about connecting and finding that inner light and staying connected to it. Let's see what the second one says. The Akashic Stargate. Ooh, I love this. It's like all Stargate. I don't know if any of you ever watched that program, but a lot of it kind of rings true now. Aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Just like I said in the beginning, I had a feeling that whoever chose this card has been in this metaphysical world for a while, but you may be feeling stuck, or like you're at a plateau, like you need to get to a different dimension or get to a different place. So no wrong path, but you are at a crossroads. I feel like you're trying to figure out what else is there? What else am I supposed to be doing? I know I've been asking that for at least 3-4 months now. It's like, okay, I know there's another mission here for me. When are you going to let me know about it? Am I missing the signs? What's going on? So I have a feeling, because this is your first card, as long as you keep an open heart and hopefully an open mind. I don't think you'd be here if you didn't have an open mind. But keep your heart open. So, don't just focus on one thing or accepting only one modality or accepting limiting beliefs about yourself or limiting situations. Keep the doors and windows open, okay? Because the Stargate card is saying, yes, there is more. You are at a crossroads, but it doesn't matter which path you choose next. You'll get to the right place because you're already on the right path. So you'll reach your destination. You may take a small road for a little while and learn some more lessons. You may go right for the big path and get there. There is no wrong answer. There is no wrong path. You're already in the right lane. So keep going. Keep going with an open mind and an open heart. Order of Melchizedek. I can't say this word. It's one of the it's like Arcturian or Palladian. It's another tribe. Order of the, and if anyone knows how to pronounce this properly, you can write it in the comments for me if you don't mind. Melchizedek. I'm hoping I'm close. Embrace by light. Mission uncovered. Don't give up. I can't believe how this just came out. So they're telling you, here's the answer. I was giving you, all the options here. And they said, there's no wrong way. And here they're saying you are embraced by the light. You are a light worker. You are on the right path. Mission uncovered. Be open. Keep your heart open because they're ready to contact you. They're ready to give you the information you need, the signs, the messages, the synchronicities lining up for you to keep you focused and moving forward, doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so don't give up. Do not give up. Keep going. We need you now more than ever. I'm going to first pull one more card. I know I said only 3. Hathor light codes. Now, look that up. If you don't know anything about the Hathors, look it up because it's very interesting. We didn't start this country with the Native Americans. There were many other civilizations before even our Native Americans. So the Hathor light codes, look it up and do some research on your own. Light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. Now, that to me is like, are they going to beam you up? Maybe. maybe you're ready to be beamed up, but I know one thing for sure. You're ready to be leveled up. Okay, so when that happens, and I guess that's why I was hemming and hawing about what to do. I had a whole other thing. I was ready to teach you about regular playing cards tonight, but nope. I heard, and I had to pull this deck. You are ready to be leveled up. And when that's happening, I know you're going through all kinds of physical, emotional changes. Maybe you've been extremely tired. Maybe you feel like you've been walking through the mud. Maybe everybody is irritating you with their nonsense, or it seems like nonsense. There's so many symptoms, okay, when you are opening up to a higher energy, a higher frequency, because, hey, our bodies, we're used to gravity. We're used to heavy density, right? And the more you get up there into your meditations and with your light activation codes, you become lighter. And then it's like you're between two worlds almost, and you have to navigate that. So be kind to yourself, drink a lot of water, make sure you get outside and get grounded. You touch the grass, you touch the earth with your feet, and you spend some time there in gratitude. It's very important. Your self-care right now, more than ever, is most important for you. So pay attention to that. And now the underlying card is third eye activation, seeing clearly, the brow chakra. So inner vision, be aligned, fear nothing. Whatever's happening out there, just watch it from your eagle's nest, like you're watching a movie. It's right now insignificant, and allow yourself to be leveled up. Okay, allow the energy to take you up to maybe the top of the pyramid. Okay, definitely a higher consciousness, and again, fear nothing. As long as you always ask for the highest and best energy to come through, the highest and most sincere energy to come through, you're in good hands. Okay, so good for you. Woo! You are headed on a mission, maybe even a spaceship. 3. I love this deck. This deck came out with me last night too. I used my pendulum on 20 decks, and I only took 4. And this was one of them. I took my regular tarot deck, and I took that Green Life Purpose deck. I didn't take the light activation codes because then, I don't want people in the town to think I have a spaceship in my backyard. But this card was very, very funny last night. It really was. It was acting. It was funny. It was making everybody laugh. So I love that. So maybe that's why you chose this deck. Unlike the other two, this deck is only 44 cards. So it's a limited amount of messages, but they cover everything. Let's see what's in store for you. Now, if you get the vegetarian card, because honestly, when I read, here it is. When I read these cards, everybody gets the vegetarian card because fairies want everyone to be vegetarians. So just think about that. So they give everybody that message. So if I do continue the winning streak and pull vegetarianism, I will pull a 4th card as well. So those of you who chose pink, here we go. And I want you all to remember to have a great weekend, a great week ahead. Don't let all the noise outside affect your mood or affect you, affect your family and friends. We can all disagree or agree to disagree on things, or we can all speak up, speak your mind. I don't believe in holding back. You have to speak up if you feel something is wrong or something is right. Not necessarily that you think you're right. That's a concept. But if you see an injustice or you see something, definitely speak up. And I also want to remind everybody, Mondays, I'm doing Monday Matters. So it will be 1 hour of all kinds of fun stuff like this for $7. So if you want to join in, try to contact me at dianelupo444@gmail.com by Sunday night. And then I will send you the Zoom. I am not doing, it's at 8 p.m. on Monday nights. I am not doing letting people in at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock because I want to enjoy my time with whoever signs up. And I don't want to be rushed and harried. Okay? Here we go. We're done. Whew. How to make sure. Oh, all right. This card wants to be seen. Oh, you're going to like this. New career. So if you've been thinking about doing something, or if you've been wanting a promotion or wanting a new job, this is a good time for you to put that energy out there. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. So I know I have a lot of lights on here, so it's difficult to see, but it's a beautiful angel, beautiful colors, and new career. So awesome. Oh my gosh. With that, new home. So if moving is something you've been thinking about, this is also a good time, maybe perhaps to put your home for sale or start looking for your new home. It doesn't mean it has to get done this month. It means you put the energy out into the universe. You put the request in. Like, okay, universe, I'm really focused on a new home this month and a new career. I would like both. I would like the new career to be making me enough money to buy the new home. So focus on the outcome you desire. Is it the right thing for you to do? Absolutely. They're saying, yes, this is a good time. This is great energy. There's something about this periwinkle blue that's important to someone out there. I feel somebody lost somebody recently who loved that flower. I think it was a hydrangea, and I don't know who this is for, why I'm saying this, but there you go. I had to address that color and the fact that it's very important to someone out there in relation to someone they have lost recently. And I feel recently, I'm saying 3 to 6 months, okay? Debt paid off. Well, I guess the new career is a good one, because who wouldn't like to get this card? The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. Now, is this just financial? Absolutely not. You know, when people they do a favor, they do something for you, they do a favor for you, or they show up for you, right? But then in their minds, they have an imaginary tally board, and they're keeping a tally of the deeds they've done, the good deeds and the good things they've done, and for you, or for maybe perhaps that's their modus operandi, right? Maybe that's how they work with everyone. They're keeping a tally, in other words. Well, that can become very heavy for the person on the other end, because now well, now I got to pay that back. Now I've got to pay that back. I need to reciprocate, and it becomes with some people, especially if you're involved with a narcissist, it can become a never-ending cycle of you're never done. It's never enough. You can never give enough. You can never say enough. You can never do enough. So debt paid off. I'm hoping that what this means is you've come to the realization that when you give, it should be from the heart, and there should be no tally. Like, I love when I'll bump into someone, I'll say, oh, thank you so much for when you helped me, blah, blah, blah. And they say, oh, I didn't even remember that. I know that person sincerely gave of their time, their heart, whatever it took to be there for me, right? And I'm the same way. When I do something for someone, it's not with, well, okay, so someday I'm going to call in that chip. I have done that a few times in my life, though. I will be honest. I know I've done that in business. I have, geez, management, I've done that. But for you in everyday life, it's and for me, it's a negative energy. If we're giving, it's from the heart, and it's without expectations. That's a word that really irks me. Expectations. When you expect others to do for you as you did for them, then aren't you creating some kind of a control pattern? Giving is from the heart, and it should be done with love and unabashedly. Okay? So keep that in mind the next time you give and the next time you receive. Gratitude is so important. But at that moment of gratitude, that's when the energy is complete. That's why when you do a Reiki session, you receive X amount of dollars. The energy is complete. It's a cycle. The world, the card, the world in tarot is coming full circle. It's coming full circle. So when you give, you also receive. You're receiving the great feeling of being able to give. And when you receive, it's also a great feeling because you've allowed another human being to also have that great feeling of giving. It took me a long time to learn that stuff, but think about it. It's so important. So debt paid off. Perhaps you've created some new boundaries. Perhaps you've become unburdened from a narcissist, or unburdened from someone's expectations of you. And you're deciding to choose to live in your truth. Whoa, did you need to hear that? I know you did. I know you needed to hear that. So there you go. Oh, and I told you I'm pulling a fourth card because that first one fell out. As you release old anger, this is what we're talking about, or resentment, you will find that all your wishes come true. So I love this. I love when the decks kind of all tell the same story, but at different levels. And that's what just happened. I love this. As you open your heart chakra, remember that first deck, open your heart chakra? Of the anger, resentment, disappointment, regret. When you release that heaviness, debt paid off, right? When you let it go, just let it go. Not everybody's going to measure up today. Maybe they will, though, 10 years from now or 5 years, 5 minutes from now. You don't know. They'll have an epiphany. That's like a cannoli, only better. As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. Well, think about it. When you let go of all those emotions, resentment, disappointment, regret, blah, 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 the heart chakra expands. What happens when your heart chakra expands? Do you remember the message from this deck? You grow, you ascend, your light gets a little bit bigger, right? It's open, it's out there. It's like on the lighthouse where the beam at night is in search of. That's what happens. It's like, okay, I cleared out. Now I'm ready to receive. You're the lighthouse. You've got the beam of light coming at you. Now you can receive. Now all those things that you're asking for, the new career, the new home, perhaps money, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a child. Now you've created space. When you create space, then you can allow the blessings to arrive. Ooh, love that. What's the underlying card? Children. Teach your children about this stuff. This isn't just for metaphysical people. This is for everyone. These words need to be heard for everyone, and teach your children these lessons. Forgive their friend who maybe stole their crayon. It's not that they have to be pure of way, but understand they have boundaries. There are limits. But when they give and share, perhaps it will eliminate someone else's greed, someone else's need for control. Because all those things are fear-based. They're all fear-based. They're all actions of people who are lonely, misguided, out of alignment. So I can't believe it. The deepest deck turned out to be the fairy deck tonight. I love that. They're always surprising me. Teach your children these lessons. Share. Definitely share. And share this too. Share it if you can. I'm trying to build up this YouTube channel, so make sure you press like, subscribe, put some comments in there. What kind of readings or what do you want to learn? I will do little lessons here on YouTube. So whatever you would like to learn or know about or discuss, let me know. I'd love to share it with you. I love sharing time with you. Go to DianeLupo444@gmail.com if you would like to book a reading, Reiki session, meditation, or a class. I do one-on-one and I do small groups, no more than 4. And in the meantime, I said try not to. In the meantime, take care of your light. Namaste.